This is a 2021 Hyundai Veloster N in Ultra Black. This specific model has the much anticipated dual clutch transmission, which makes 275 horsepower from a 2-liter turbo GDI 4-cylinder engine. It has N-specific sport bucket seats which help shed weight. It is electronically controlled suspension that continuously adjusts damping force according to road, speed, and driving conditions. The Pirelli tires on the N are specifically designed for this vehicle, showing an HN embossed at all 4 corners. These are 19-inch alloy wheels, and the weight for the dual clutch version is 3,247 pounds. The manual transmission version is 3,106 pounds, which is a 141-pound difference between the two of them. LED headlights, 5 different drive modes, a touchscreen that is quick, and a 4.2-inch N-gauge cluster with LED shift lights all makes this package one of the most exciting hot hatches the US has ever seen. I'm extremely excited to do the review of this, and I hope you enjoy it. Yes, I finally got my hands on the 2021 Veloster N. I'm extremely excited about this car. I had a Focus ST, if you guys didn't know. Some of you have been watching videos for a while know I made a ton of videos on the Focus ST. And I gotta say, if this was offered at the same time, I'd 100% be going this route. So let's just take a look at the exterior first. Coming to the front end already makes me happy because we have real vents. I'm touching fingers, folks. So you got real vents along here, and then further down the body kit, again, more aero that is actually functional. The tires are specific to this car, and they're denoted by the HN embossed in all 4 tires. 19-inch wheels come as standard now. Before there was a performance pack, now they've eliminated the performance pack, so everyone gets these beautiful, I guess, 5/10 spoke wheels with more aggressive brakes, and it just looks amazing. So something more on the Veloster N has these red highlights along the front, side, and rear of the car, which are specific to Veloster N. These mirrors, just the shape on them, extremely sleek and aerodynamic, gives you that performance feel and look. Moving to the back portion of the car, this is arguably my favorite way to look at the car. Just the way this rear quarter is designed. Again, if you're not familiar, it's a coupe look on this side of the car. On the other side of the car, there's actually a door, so it's a 3-door configuration. Very unique. And in the center of the back seats, there's only 2 seats. So that center seat just has cup holders and a little plastic tray, which I think is a great idea, because who really wants to sit in the rear of a hatchback anyways? Also has red calipers, as you can see, all the way around. Some cars just have the front painted and they leave the rear. Hyundai's done a nice job at updating all of them. And they've also kept the brake design in-house. These are not Brembo brakes. This is their design that they've developed that is specific to this car and able to handle tough track conditions like the Nürburgring. So they look great. Also something to note, they actually have the N logo on the brake caliper. So I love when companies do that. They don't just leave it red, they actually put their logo on it, which is very smart to do, just for a branding sense. Moving to the back, you have this huge deck lid spoiler with a carbon fiber print on here. I don't think this is actually real carbon fiber. If it's fake though, it's a nice job. It's a nice dry carbon look. I think they've done a nice tasteful job with that. The spoiler overall is huge. It's almost a double deck spoiler because you have this part of it, and then you also have this lip spoiler here that's installed, so that gives the car a very aggressive look. N badging on the back, Veloster, and then it has a N-specific rear diffuser with these huge exhaust tips. They're probably 80mm tips. They are massive, and the exhaust on this thing sounds incredible, which we will cut to right now. So now onto the front portion of the car, just as you're about to get in. These seats are beautiful. However, I'll talk about them a little bit later. They are very firm, but they're very supportive. Again, this is a sports car. That's how it's supposed to be. So highly bolstered. They also have a leatherette edging on them on the bolsters, and the center part is like a cloth mixture. So again, it's tastefully done, looks very good, and it's Hyundai's design. It's an in-house design. One of the best things about the Veloster N is the customization you have on the interior of the car. People that are buying these cars are enthusiasts. They are going to want to tinker and change things, and this has almost unlimited settings of that. So if we take a look at the custom screen here, click here, it gives you this spider web of options. So for suspension, you have 3 options, red being the most aggressive out on the end. So if we want to bring them all in here to the center of the spider web, we'll call it, this is the car in its most soft setting. Now let's say for some reason I just want the exhaust sound to be loud and I want the throttle response to be as sharp as possible, and I want everything else to be comfortable. That's how I can set it. But you can see just how many options this has. So just bringing these back to 0, or if I want to be quick and just put it in its most aggressive setting, click that, it puts it in N standard mode. If I click this again, it also gives me access to a custom mode where I make up all of the settings. So I go in here and I can set everything exactly how I want it. And this screen is highly responsive. Highly responsive screen. It's actually useful. It's something you want to use. It has a soft touch to it. It's a high definition screen. I really like it. Now, if you want access to the other drive modes, you click on this drive mode button on the left side of the steering wheel, which gives you access to normal, sport, and eco, which it is nice they do give you an eco mode in this car. It's still fairly efficient for all the power it has, but 5 different drive modes, and then having endless customization within here in individual mode. It just, I literally could not ask Hyundai to do anything more. There's nothing that this car on the interior leaves me with, well, they should have done this. Yes, you could say, oh, there's plastic in here. But what are you going to do if you wrap this in Alcantara or you wrap it in leather? If you do something like that and add complication to it, it adds cost. And I don't care about this stuff because all of the touch points, the steering wheel right here, perforated leather where your hands are normally grabbing, and then a very supple, soft leather up here. Another touch point being the shifter, which you're going to touch all the time. Nice leather shift boot here, and then the leather, perforated leather cover on top with this light blue N color, which matches the seat belts. It just, they didn't miss on this car. The one thing I will say is the seats are firm. These are very firm seats, could get uncomfortable on a long trip. But the way I look at it is this car is Muscle Beach. It's not Planet Fitness. If you've never worked out before and you go to Muscle Beach and you try to get on the bench press, the guy might turn you into a dumbbell. So to avoid that, you should be going to Planet Fitness first. This is not the Planet Fitness car. This is Muscle Beach. So if you're not ready for it, go get a Sonata. It's very comfortable. This is Muscle Beach, and you have to be ready for it. A couple more things when we're looking at the screen here. So let's say we're looking at the exhaust sound, and I have the exhaust sound, and I'm messing around, and I'm like, well, what does this actually do? You can see it has exhaust sound selected here, and I click details, and look how immediate it is. It's immediate. So on normal mode, it tells you exactly what it does. Provides a balanced exhaust sound for everyday driving, Tells you what it does in sport, opens up the valves. Tells you in Sport Plus what it does is uses the valve to maximize exhaust sound and suitable for a dynamic racetrack driving. So there's just, it gives you a little description of absolutely everything that's in here, and just gives you, it educates you on what exactly is happening. Now, I just think that people who buy these cars appreciate this level of detail and customization, because I've never been in a car. I own a BMW M2. It doesn't have anywhere near this amount of customization on it for all of these different settings. And for $33,750, that's so hard to beat. Oil temp, torque. It also gives you a performance timer here. So if we click into this setting, it'll show us our best lap time. And then you can click here if you want to do a 0 to 60 test, or if you want to do a 0 to 50 or 40, or knots. I don't know how high it goes, but yeah, 0 to 120 is the max you can test for. Just having things like that to be able to play along with, that way you're not using your phone, you're just using the car's technology that it has. There's also this NGS button, N Grin Shift. For 20 seconds, it gives you maximum boost and maximum power out of the engine. So let's say you want to pass a truck or whatever, you hit this and you only use 10 seconds of it, you can hit the button again and it will cancel and you'll still have another 10 seconds. After that, it takes about 3 minutes to reset and you can have a full 20 seconds again. So just so many features on this car. I just can't say enough good things about it, and as we were taking photos of it in the parking garage here, it's highly photogenic as well. So now let's take it for a drive. So in reality, this is the part of the review that matters to everyone, is how does it drive? I have it in N Sport mode, I'm on some canyon roads, and I'm gonna let the car shift for me as well. Now I have taken some turns in this thing already, and it likes to eat turns. And what I mean by that is when the car gets hungry, it says, give me a hairpin, give me a chicane, I'm hungry. And it eats turns in a way that I've never experienced in a car. I've driven Porsche, I've driven Lamborghini, I've driven AMG, I own an M. I've driven all the top performance brands, okay? Maybe not Ferrari, but I've driven a lot of them. The excitement that this car brings you on a curvy road, the way it handles a turn, the sound of the exhaust, the way the seats hold you in, everything makes sense on a road like this, and they designed it on the Nürburgring, so they've done a perfect job. I mean, there's so little bad that I can say about this car. I don't even want to look for things that are bad. What, the back seats are tight? Okay, great, it saves weight. I mean, it's such a remarkable car for this price point to come with this type of a transmission and handle like it does. It's got the perfect amount of power. It looks aggressive. Look at the way it's handling these turns. I mean, and then now Andrew's behind me in a BRZ. And he's having trouble keeping up. I mean, and this is front wheel drive. It keeps planted through all these sections. I had a Focus ST. It would come ripping off the road. It's spinning the tires, all this stuff, because it didn't have electronically limited slip differential, whereas this does. And I mean, it makes a world of difference. The tuning they've done on this car is perfect. So yeah, if you're thinking of getting one of these cars, get it. I can't even say, well, maybe you should look at this. I don't think you should look at anything. I might even trade my M2 in for it. I'm not even kidding. It's that good. It's that fun. It's usable power on the road. You know, it's not like it's underpowered, that's for sure. This chassis is handling all of this, it's just, I'm truly blown away. Lady's doing Kumbaya and I'm back here ripping exhaust notes. This car is unbelievable. I can do nothing but smile. God bless Hyundai and their N division and Albert Bierman. Oh my word. And like, guys, yes, this is a press car. I was given it for a week, but I'm not being paid to say anything. I mean, this car lived up to and exceeded the expectations I had for it. I love hot hatches. This might be the best one I've ever driven. I've driven the Focus RS, I've driven the Golf R, I've driven just about anything that's offered in the United States, and I owned an an ST for 4 years, so I have a good feel for it. Oh my word, my heart's just beating right now. I'm just gonna enjoy it. This is also a car that I don't know really what you would do to it. You could change the wheel and tire setup maybe if you wanted to put 18s on it and a stickier tire to absorb some of the shock, but yeah, this is, yeah, I mean, I'm speechless. I have nothing negative to say. It's just an amazing car that they've created at an incredible price point. And if you're thinking of getting it, you should get it. I don't think I need to say any more in this video. I'm just gonna do some driving and let the cameras go. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your support. Please like the video if you're still with me. That helps me the most. All I ask is for a like. I'd really appreciate it. We'll see you in the next video. Let's keep driving.